In this episode of Solitude and Sailing, we finish up some much needed projects on the Campervan conversion, get the electrical system and the water system up and running just in time for our first overnight camping trip. As with all projects, it begins with vision and inspiration. Having a seat down and thinking about where these plans will take me, what my adventures will be like as I travel, checking out different destinations and national parks, places to crash at, spots to boondock. Without vision, the people perish. So let's get up and get on this mission. Welcome to another episode of Solitude and Sailing. Sailing in Rhode Island.
Looking good.
O'Day Osprey.
Couscous is on the move. Wing on wing.
Pearson 26. Alcourt Sunfish. Pacemaker Sportfish. These are the vessels of Solitude and Sailing. All right, we made some progress on the electrical wiring and some of the plumbing. Tonight we're going to be connecting the water, but as far as the drain systems, that's connected. Let me show you where we're at. Please excuse the mess because this is a work in progress. Let's check it. All right, for the 12-volt system, marine grade battery, dual purpose, this is all we needed so far. We got the bilge pump, which is really the shower pump. It's this pump right here, pumps the drain up and over into this holding tank here via this hose. And then we have interior lights, which is our dome lights and our LED lights up top. Obviously the overhead fan still needs to be installed overhead in this space, then I can finish off the ceiling. And then we did the bilge pump. All right, electronics, this is my cell phone charger and my voltmeter. And then water pump is pretty obvious. That's another pump just like the bilge pump, but it pumps the fresh water into the cold and hot water systems. Here's my shore power battery charger. I'm gonna have a shore power battery charger as well as a solar charger after I hook up my solar, obviously. This is just shore power. That'll be for the fridge, and then also the water heater, quick connect. Let me show you the switches we put in. So this switch does the bilge pump. You can hear it, it's already connected. Deck lights, I'm putting some lights in the back. I already ran the wiring for it, and I just got to figure out what kind of lights I want for when I'm out here having a shower or whatever, working through the back of the van. Water pressure, this is going to power my water pump. So obviously I have this water pump as well as this bilge pump on two separate fuses. Now let's move on up to the other switches. So here's where we are so far. So this one is on because that's showing you my voltmeter. I got 12.6 volts. See that? It's pretty cool. And phone chargers, two different kinds of phone chargers. And then we got the old school. Nobody smokes here, but this is for like an old school car charger. Here's my dome lights. And then here's my blue lights that are going to be wrapping around the inside. This was wrestling up in here, trying to get all of these pumps and everything in tight spaces. Initially I was going to put the drain pump right underneath the shower. I'm glad I didn't end up doing that because that water pump that I'm using to pump the drain out, it needs more than 1 cubic feet of space. So it would have been a tight space in there in terms of keeping the heat down and the ventilation proper. So it's in a better spot now. Yes, I would have been a little bit more happy moving it into the back part of the little garage here under this bench. further away from the electronics, but it just happens to be where I think gravity fed from the sink down and the shower will more easily pump out. I'm looking at it as I'm speaking to you. That's why I was looking down. So that's why it is where it is. If it doesn't end up working there, I might move it over, but only if it looks like it's gonna make a mess. I don't think it's gonna make a mess of my electronics down there. Fingers crossed. Now, what's the worst that can happen? Doesn't work, doesn't pull enough self-priming from gravity fed from the shower, or the hoses leak because they haven't been tested yet. I still got to test to make sure there's no leak. Man, if there's going to be a leak there, it'll just be a temporary stressful measure, and that's all temporary. I just got to think positive as I get through. So I think I made it through the hardest parts already. The water pump under the sink is where we're gonna have our water pump as well as our hot water heater. I just gotta remember where I put that little hot water heater. I think I know where it is in the garage. It's pretty cool. I'll show it to you in a minute. Small, but it has to work off the generator or the power at the campground. So it's got to work on shore power. It's 3,000 watts. I don't want to be pulling all of that draw off of my battery. So you're either hooked up to power or the Jenny, or you're not taking a hot shower. You can take a cold or lukewarm. By you, I don't mean you as in whoever's visiting here, or my sister Yvonne that's going to be sharing this van with me. I mean by me, of course. I would have to take a cold shower unless I'm hooked up to shore power. But y'all know, I'm probably not going to be, well, I shouldn't say I'm not going to be. I'm probably more comfortable showering on the outside shower if I'm out camping. It's just I don't want to set up the curtain and then wipe everything down after. I think I'll just so much easier to just be outside and hose myself down. How do you do your van? Some people I know have an outside shower. Some people have this floorboard that has all this fancy stuff. This is the medium-based wheelbase. It's the 139-inch ProMaster. So there's not a whole lot of space to put a permanent shower. I thought about it. I found the smallest possible fiberglass pre-made shower kit, and it'd take up too much room. If I had the extended ProMaster with the extended cargo bay, then yeah, I would do that. But the only downside to that is you're limited on where you can bring it, where you can park, right? So with this one, I can fit anywhere. I can park anywhere. It's small, it's easy to get in and out of places, so I opted for the small one. Now keep in mind, I do have a travel trailer for when the family is going camping. For as far as using this van to be for like short trips, it's a 2-seater, so me and another person, when I'm going on a bike path up in Cape Cod, or going to Newport for the beach, or going fishing, or whatever. Go just short trips, easy trips. If it's going to be an extended trip, unless it's a nice road trip, extended trip at a campground, I'm bringing my camper, my Jayco 260 bunkhouse. All right, enough of me talking. Let me show you where I'm going to be installing this other water pump. We have the shore power GCFI protected plug for the hot water heater. It's gonna sit right on this wall here. A little bit of space, but it'll be enough ventilation. And then on the base here is where the water pump's gonna go. It's gonna connect to my water supply here for the sink. I am gonna put in a little connect here that will kind of make some sort of a catch, not so much for catching junk, but more so will block off the smell from the septic holding tank area. Yeah, we'll catch some junk, and I'll be able to disconnect right here where you see the white and that hose. So catch some junk, keep it from going to the back. And this is the water tank. So this tank
Correction,
is 13
it's 10
gallons.
gallons.
My holding tank is 21. So that way, you know, when this runs dry, you're on your second fill, you're going to be getting close to time to empty out that holding tank. So yeah, this fits perfectly in there. We got to hook up the plumbing. That'll be an interesting thing. All right, this is the water pump that I went with, just to give you an idea how small it is. There's my power drill. That's pretty small. Just easy power on off, up and down on the temp. Cold water supply comes in here. Hot water supply comes out here right to the sink. Easy, quick connect to the GFI outlet. Pretty simple. It's also got a remote control that makes it smooth. Comes with some mounting hardware. And then this is the filter for the water pump. Keep the crud out. Here's my little water pump. It is marine grade and comes with quick connects too. So there you have it, folks. Now we're gonna install this in here.
That's water on. Leave it on, right?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna test for leaks after.
Yeah. Okay, this is on. Okay.
My buddy John came over and gave a hand with the PEX plumbing.
It's already clamped.
It's nice. It's so nice having good friends that are willing to chip in to help with this van build.
All right, I gotta let you know my frustrations. Here is a frustrating thing. When you're back and forth to the store, trying to match up the right size couplings, the right size plumbing parts, so that everything will work well. Now, the frustration begins because I bought this holding tank and the manufacturer says that this little opening right here is supposed to be 1/2 inch. So I get everything for 1/2 inch. I come and go hook it up and it doesn't fit. Here's the cap. That's what goes in there. But guess what? It says it's 1/2 inch internal diameter. This is a 3/8 inch plug. And so when I went to get the parts to hook up my hoses and my shut-off valves, it didn't work. So here's what I bought for the shut-off. 3/8 into 1/2 inch, and then I was gonna hook that up to the hose. Now everything is a work in progress. This is my first van build, so I'm learning as I go. So anyway, after much frustrations and back and forth, I end up going back in the store, and I decided to just sit here in the parking lot until I get the pieces to line up. So here's a little 3/8 inch fitting that will go into the hole. I'm testing here. This is the vent, but I'm actually going to be putting that shut off down here so that I can drain my tank out, right, with the hose. Now this is 3/8 inch, right? And see, it's loose, very loose. Screw it in. It's loose all the way. So it's like, man, it can't be 3/8 because it's very loose. So we'll take it out. Now here's my 3/8 inch fitting right here. Fits much more secure. And it's not a 1/2 inch, which is what I was going with before, a bunch of 1/2s, and those weren't working. So here's my 3/8 fits, nice and snug. And now, in order to connect those two pieces, we have a coupling here, 3/8 into 3/8, which will sit in the middle. So we'll connect all of those together, and I'll have a hose adapter for it so I can drain it out. And I'm gonna use some of this thread seal too, so prevent leaks. Let's go. All right, we have now run into problem number 25. With all the fittings in there, this is not going to close. So this is where I want the garden hose to connect to when I'm draining that tank out. So I'm actually gonna have to do this, just like I did with the fill, garden hose fill. I'm gonna have to do that with the drain. So I'm gonna remove that coupling and just connect the hose from one end to the other. Almost there. There we go. Nice and snug. Now I'm going to connect the hose to that and the other end of the hose to here. So this is a 3/8 inch fitting, 1/2 inch internal diameter hose, and that little plug area is also 1/2 inch internal diameter. But check out, just so you see, doesn't really quite fit. So in order to this end, oh shoot, let's put it nice and snug. What I had to do with the other one was heat it. Had to heat the end so that it would expand a little bit. But here we go, got a good fit here. What a mess. I'm gonna clean this all up. I'm gonna put a clamp on here, and then the other end is gonna connect to that fitting. We're gonna put a clamp on there also to keep it secure, and then we have a shut off, and we have a drain that fits the system. All right, let me show you what we got. Here's what we have. This is my fill hose. So you can attach the garden hose right to there, and it'll fill the tank. And then when you're ready to drain the tank out, you're gonna use this end here. It'll drain the tank out. And then, yes, it's an extended hose. That way you can put it into a bucket or just drain it out the door. And then we got a little cap here for the vent. When traveling, close it tight. When you're in use, just do a little twist and you have a vent there. That's what we're gonna do for now, because tomorrow's camping day and there's only so much time in the day. There she is, folks. We got the pump hooked up. We got the hot water heater connected to the GCFI socket. Boom. The drain and the fill. And then if you're filling without a hose, you can put a little funnel in there if to fill without the hose, but it's made to fill with the hose, remembering to vent. And yes, I did learn the secret to just stay at the hardware store parking lot until all the pieces connect, because going back home and back and forth kills way too much time. We're filling the water level. No leaks so far, no leaks, but I haven't turned the full system on. Is my vent. Oh yeah, look at that vent now. See that? You need a vent. It's filling. No leaks. All right, so I pressure tested and there was a slow drip over here at the hot water tank. So I'm going to add this stuff to it and see if that stops the leak. All right. So freshly put on. Okay, we got water here, got the cold and the hot. Now the water pressure's off. Turn the water pressure on. It's filling. And it's not leaking. It's pressurized. That's why the motor stopped. It's not leaking. Is it leaking? I don't see no leaks, right? Oh, there's a bottom leak. See that leak on the bottom? So the bottom one I gotta do too. But the top one's good. Good water pressure, look at that. That's good water pressure for the shower. All right, let's fix the bottom one. Okay, open the valve. Hot, cold, outdoor shower is a go. All right, that stuff worked again. No more leaks back here on the hot or the cold. Now it's down to the hot water. This is Charlestown Beachway, Rhode Island beach camp. This is one of my favorite spots. Right by the ocean. Good kayaking area too, paddle boarding area. So tomorrow we'll be kayaking. We got the tandem kayaks, inflatable. It's gonna be a blast. There's TT40's camper van. Finally did it. Dream come true.
You leave these hanging around.
It looks cozy
put
now.
them
It looks
away
like a home.
That one must be for that side.
They fit just right. There's the little one and the big one. So the little window and the big window.
This is the light. These 5 days over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somewhere by the
Even with being canceled one day. I don't know if you can catch the rays of the sun coming through the clouds like that. That looks super cool. It's like glory shining down. But here we are at our beach camp, Charlestown, Rhode Island. This place is a great spot. Hang out, camp. There's a campground behind us. See the campers? We're way back there somewhere. First day, overnight with the van life. See where the rest of my crew is at. Those are some good sized waves. Look at those seagulls. Those things are huge. Woo! That is cold. And refreshing at the same time. They say the early bird gets the sunrise. Look at that. Oh, such a beautiful morning. Had a great night. Roll master. I need to run my Jenny today. See if I can catch some rays of morning sunshine coming through here. Still on? Yeah. See what we got. Let's see what we got. Fish on, fish on. Oh, we got two. Scup and a skate. Oh, anything today except for. Oh, what's up? Just got here too. 5 minutes. Fish on. What do we got? Let's see. You got 3 species today. Just let them go. Keep reeling. Reel. Keep reeling. Keep reeling.
You gotta drag him in. You gotta drag him in. Come on.
You got him. What is that? Oh, that's a different species. Oh, no, that's a good size scup. What do you got?
Yeah, real. Get him up. There.
Wow, that was a good one. Wow, good job.
Day 3 of our beachside camping trip. As usual, wake up with a nice cup of coffee to the sunrise. It's too early to run the generator, so I boiled the water and brewed it barista style. What a way to wake up in the morning. The simple things in life just make life so much more pleasing. I think sometimes in life, we add unnecessary stress by overcomplicating things. Then there's this guy.
It's a blimp. It's a plane. It's Superman. It's paraglide man.
Right in the middle of our enjoyable morning cup of coffee, we
Sunday
hear
morning
this noise
entertainment.
right overhead.
Wait, that he's self-propulsion. That's not paragliding. There's a motor on that thing. That's another special type of bird up there. Hey, birdie. That's pretty brave. Going right over water now. Oh. Where's he gonna land? Going right down the breachway. And land on the beach. What is he doing?
He turned out to be okay. Later on, we saw 3 of them flying together.
I think he's looking for a beach landing spot, but he's going all over the.
We have come a long way from where we were to where we are now. We have gone too far to turn back now. It's so good to finally begin enjoying the fruits of our labor. The camper van is coming along. We're still got more to do, but so far, I'm happy with the build. Thank you for coming along with us on this journey and for watching another episode of Solitude and Sailing. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next adventure with Solitude and Sailing.